Here with a very special guest, Atlanta, Georgia. He's been putting in lots of work, been doing the damn thing. Check this artist out right now. We're here with hip hop artist and producer Bvndit.
Going on with you? What's going on with you?
How you been, man? What's been going on these days, man?
I've been good, bro. I done a lot, been through a lot, experienced a lot. Good and bad, but more good. Can't complain. I'm blessed.
I've known you for quite some time. I heard you got a newborn in your life now. So
So, so, yeah, man. I just had my first one. You know what I'm saying? About to be 1 year old, so that's the best part of my life right now.
congratulations on that and everything that you've been doing with it.
Appreciate it, bro.
April 6th, 2023, you released your brand new single, WinterWalk OG. I remember the last time we talked, you were working on a bunch of projects, bunch of singles. But as of right now, let's talk about your brand new single, WinterWalk OG.
Just released April 6th. That's my second single of the year. You know what I'm saying? First one was Amg Thoughts. I released that in February. And then this one April 6th. So what's crazy about this song was I recorded in 2020, and we talked about it in our last interview. We've been writing for a minute, but I finally decided to release it. I did a overhaul on a lot of songs. I mixed it how I felt like it was supposed to be mixed, and I work in the club on the weekends, right? So I've been studying the DJs and how they format their songs when they drop or what time they play certain things. So I had to give it a different introduction with the format, whether it's a different part of the beat drop and the rest of it come in a certain way. Like I know how the crowd react to certain things. I've been studying. So after I did all that, sure, I figured it was time to go ahead and drop it, see what the reception would be. It's been doing pretty good though. I ain't performed it yet, but it's been doing pretty good as far as people tapping in on the streaming side.
Working on a lot of projects, a lot of singles, just creativity in the process of everything. March 27th of 2020, you released Southside Rose.
Right. Southside Rose, it came about initially just because I had been making music for so long. I never dropped a project. I never dropped no songs outside of SoundCloud songs where I would just, take a stab at it. Every song on there I produced, every song on there I engineered and wrote, you know what I'm saying? And I did the cover art, did the analytics and posted it, did the distribution, all that. So I've been doing a lot of this independent motion for a minute, but I decided to drop it really because I figured it was more so time for me to introduce myself to the world the proper way. I felt like I was doing myself a disservice by not taking myself serious enough to drop an album. You feel me? I speak a lot of affirmation. I speak a lot of my real experience, real life experience. I don't fabricate or fluff nothing up. If I said it, I meant it, and I did it. You know what I'm saying? And I want to kind of relay that authentic energy out to the people because I feel like I'm not gonna speak on nobody else's music, but I feel like that's what I need to hear when I listen to music. So that's how I make music. You know what I'm saying? So introducing myself as an artist, when I've been a producer and engineer for so long, like I'm 28 now. I've been producing since I was 17 and engineering for like the last 6 years. An artist for 3. So I kind of took my steps into this world a certain way. I feel like it's time for the words to be spoken because I done lived a lot of life in this short 28 years. You know what I'm saying? I ain't old. I ain't brand new neither though. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot that I feel like should be talked about in a specific way. You know what I mean? I'm private, so I'm not gonna say everything and go into detail about certain things, but I'm gonna relay it in a place where somebody will know how I felt about it, what I did about it, whatever it was, and maybe they can relate. Might help somebody one day.
You mentioned about being a hip hop artist and then transitioning now to the producer side of things. What led you into producing? I know you're a hip hop artist.
As an artist, my beat selection is very specific. So starting off as a producer when I was young, like I used to rap and do all that all at once anyway, like most people do. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm from, just on some, like, we in high school, we at lunch table, we rapping. Somebody good, somebody not, it's cool, whatever. But my beat selection specific, the type of music I listen to specific. I'm an old soul, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got Rick James and Rose Gold albums I play on a record player when I'm at the crib, you know what I'm saying? So I think I'm looking for a specific sound, so a lot of times I just make it myself, because if I can't find it, I'm not a fan of using YouTube beats. I don't normally take that route. So you know what I'm saying? I'd rather make my beats. Or it's a lot of my homeboys that's super tough. I'd rather shop with them and utilize their creative, you know what I'm saying, talents, and blend it with mine, so we can all go to where we destined to go anyway together rather than separately. So producing, I'm a fan of that. Engineering, I'm a fan of that. It's the technical side of it. I think maybe just because my brain work, I don't know. But I like to build from nothing to make whatever happen at the end. That's my favorite part of the process.
Like I said, in March of 2020, two of my favorite songs, Maybach Bvndo and City Lit Excited. What sparked the creativity on both of those songs? What was the inspiration behind that?
Started with Maybach Bvndo. That day I was looking at Maybachs all day on my phone. That's my favorite car. Like, that's my vision board type of deal. Like S600 with the platinum plaque plate in the front. You know what I'm saying? So I was feeling that energy. I already knew what type of person I was, and I had made that beat that morning. I think before I went to work, because at that time I worked at the airport. I got off work and I was like, why do I work at the airport? And I just made that beat before I got there. It took me like 15 minutes. And so I recorded that song with a Maybach on my computer screen, and that's where the energy came from. And that's how it translated the way it did, because that was more so, it's like an affirmation to myself, like, nah, you can do this for real. You can go get a Maybach. You believe in yourself, and even deeper to the root of what I was speaking on, that's just the type of person I am, where I'm very focused, and I believe in what I believe in, and I stand on that. So that's an important song. When it comes to City Lit Exotic, take back my previous statement. Killa SZN and City Lit Exotic, two of my homies made those beats. I ain't make those beats. City Lit Exotic, my homie Jimbo, he made that beat, and that beat pulled something out of me that I actually had a conversation with somebody that week. And that song was that conversation, like literally. Me talking to somebody else that I know and hold dear to my heart. We had a conversation, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even the words in the second verse, I'm asking them questions. Them the same questions I asked him, because he asked me how I feel. He asked me how I feel about what I'm doing and where I'm going, and that's what my responses were. So I felt like I had to relate it, because that was a real moment that opened my eyes a little bit different than maybe some other type of conversation would. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's my second favorite song off that album, but one of my favorite, you know what I'm saying, songs I ever recorded, because it just got a different frequency on it, you know what I'm saying? But the beat pulled it out of me. So shout out to Jimbo. Killa SZN, shout out to Monster. He made that beat. I don't want to forget to say that.
I'm sure there's probably a list of names picking and choosing from, but your stage name, Bvndit.
It's a couple of different ways I can answer that. You know what I'm saying? I think the wolf part, my family Native American on my mother's side. So it's in my blood, for real. Where I was more aware of it in 2015. Started having dreams, and they were real specific. And that name was given to me because after I had a dream, well, the dream was pretty much me being bestowed, what is that called, a headdress, and it had a wolf on it. You know what I'm saying? And then the next day, I told my mom, you know what I'm saying? We had a conversation about it. And people start calling me that anyway. I guess because I'm not necessarily a loner, but I like being by myself. My voice a certain way, so they kind of gave me that and, bestowed that upon me then. You feel me? So that's really where it came from. The bandit part came from high school. It got good and bad connotations, but it's really a movement that if I see it, I'm gonna go get it. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna claim that part of it. That's really what it is. So that combined, that's why I put it together. I think my first career goal, I used to want to be an architect. When I was young, I used to draw blueprints on graph paper. You know what I'm saying? The houses, I might have built a car piece by piece on the graph paper, drew every piece, and then the next page drew the car put together. I always wanted to do that. So that was really what I was locked in on up until maybe I was like 13. And I tried to make a beat one time in my uncle condo in Florida, Fort Lauderdale. They had a MacBook, right? And the first beat I ever made was a remake. I remade I'm in Love with a Stripper by T-Pain. Cause they had the same sounds in the garage band on the laptop. So I was like, that spent like 4-5 hours in that damn shit. You know what I'm saying? Get it right. And it ended up sounding the damn same. So I'm like, I can do this. And I've been listening to music my whole life. You feel me? My pops used to listen to music when I was in the car. He had a 12 in the trunk and an Escort. And I would be in the car seat and it would be on full blast. And I'll lock in and be in tune with the music. So ever since I was a little dude, I've been locked in with the music. But once I figured out I could make a beat, that was all she wrote. Like, why not? These people that's grown, I'm 13, you feel me? I could do this if they could do it. I just remade it. Why not keep going? So I just kept going.
What's it like living in Georgia?
Living in Georgia, cool. I live in Atlanta, specifically, but I think it's a lot of creative opportunity out here. It's a lot of people doing creative things. A lot of people getting money, and I I don't know, working in the club, right? And I don't work in like a regular club. I work on one of the premier clubs in Atlanta. I see the reception of what people do and how they react to being in the club, listening to music at that frequency. Like music in your car don't sound the same as music in the club. And I literally seen people stand on couches and tables, smoking, drinking, whatever they do, and having a fucking blast to whatever their favorite song is. And I feel their energy. Like I can see that vision of hearing my own shit in that light. You feel me? So that's real special to me right now. I think I was supposed to walk into working in the club in the nightlife so I can experience what that'll be like beforehand because I know I'm going. But I had to see that first. Like, nah, now I know what's going on. Now I know what music do to people. Literally, they frequency change. It could be a song that come on that's some new, you know what I'm saying, something new, something hot. And the whole club will literally sing some shit that they ain't never lived. You know what I'm saying? Or they'll sing some shit that they like the way it feel. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you've been to a concert or whatever, but have you heard 1,000 people say the same thing at the same time in a small building? That's a different feeling. That's a different frequency, even to just hear it. And it's not my music, so I can't wait for it to be mine. I want to know what that look like. You know what I'm saying? That's what Atlanta feel like to me right now, because it's plenty clubs, plenty restaurants, and it's a vibe of, you know what I'm saying, black freedom, creativity, having a good time, enjoying yourself, and past overlooking the bullshit that go on. It's a good time to be a person alive on this earth that's focused with a purpose, because opportunity everywhere. So Atlanta is a good place to be wherever you're from. I don't say move here. There's enough people in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, it's a cool place to visit.
If anybody that hasn't been to Atlanta yet, because I know you talk about moving and whatnot, or just being there in general, specific spot.
On the weekends, I probably take them to 11:45 nightclub. For the food, it's literally good food everywhere, bro. You might accidentally walk into somewhere that got some good food out here. On some day-to-day shit, like it's places like Little Five Points or the Beltline where you can enjoy yourself outside and either catch a family vibe, go work out, or just catch some fresh air. Not no drama. It ain't too much going on. You can take your kids out there if you want to. You can go walk with your girl if you got one. You can take your mama out there for Mother's Day. Just kick it. So it's plenty different vibes you can kind of absorb out here.
You know, you're a hip hop artist and you're also a producer. If you had to pick the two, which one do you prefer the most?
Uh, Honestly, producer, and I'm all in both of them. But as a producer, I believe your voice is an instrument too. Even as an artist, I'm still producing because I'm using my voice as an instrument to add to whatever the construction of the music is. But I can listen to a beat all day and not have to worry about nobody's opinion or how they feel or what they've been through coming into my space. Sometimes I don't want to hear that. Sometimes I don't want to hear nobody's voice. I might just want to hear music. I might just want to make the music. And I think I think producing got a certain technical aspect to it that it feel different. You know what I'm saying? You can make anything. Like you can say what you want with no beat, but once you put a beat to it, that's what make it a song. You know what I'm saying? And the reverse, you can make a beat and it still be a song already. You ain't gotta say nothing. So I feel like without the production side of music, music wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure you get tired of people doing spoken word all day. Nobody trying to hear nobody talk all day. You gonna read a book for that. But the audio, I'm a fan of audio. I'm a fan of what different sounds could do and how they make you feel. Like you can listen to something outside in the rain and heal yourself. Literally. Let's see. Some I wish I would have known when I first started. Mm, how easy it really is. I think when I first started, I was overthinking shit because I would compare myself to people that got millions of dollars already. You know what I'm saying? That got albums out doing this, that, and the third. I wish I known the importance of respecting your own process earlier. I learned it eventually, but it gave me confidence once it kicked in. Before that, I was just like, all right, I can do this, but ain't nobody gonna listen to it. Or, how I'm gonna get this to where I needed to go. But I wish I knew that part. Figuring out how to balance this and real life, and not to say what I'm doing not real life, but I go through everyday regular human being experience. You know what I'm saying? So being able to balance still doing what I do and love to do and handling life as a man is something that is necessary to learn to differentiate and separate. You feel me? You can't blend them. And it's a lot of things that you do in one area that might affect the other. So you gotta be able to kind of separate what you got going on and be there for your family, be there for your folks, take care of your business, like handle your bills, go to work if you still gotta go to work. You know what I'm saying? Find the money you need to take care of life and then put it into the music and invest yourself. That's really I feel like that shit important. The balance of it all. You gotta fight yourself when certain feelings come up because they're not necessary. I think that's them real challenges that I personally face. I'm not an envious person. I'm not jealous, but I have had moments where I feel like, damn, my shit hard too. You know what I'm saying? When it's gonna be my turn. And that don't have nothing to do with nobody else or how good or bad they doing. It's just me. Like, what am I doing wrong? You gotta kill that. You can't do that to yourself. Because your mental health is not gonna make you your mental health is gonna be deterred into a place, and that's the biggest challenge that I feel like most people go through. Mine personally is really just focusing on trying to do so much at once because I do so much. I got to separate this and that and find a time slot for all this shit, or I'm not gonna get shit done. You can be a jack of all trades all day, but you got to master one first and then master the other one at a time, not just one. I believe that very strong. Redirecting myself, I think if you do something too long, you're gonna burn out. So I went from locking in and engineering people, working with other artists, and then that got to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm burnt out on this right now. I might need to do something different. And I start working in the club and doing the network thing. I'm in the realm of what I'm here to do, making music. But the business side important too, and making connections is important too, if not more important than the music. You don't have connections, nobody gonna play your music for other people or put you in a spot where you can talk to somebody you might not have had access to. So I think meeting new people, branching off into my shell or outside of my shell, um, to just communicate what my vision is or where I'm trying to go with this shit. Or even just say, hey, press play on this real quick. Let me see what you think on some real, like, I don't want nothing. I just want you to listen. I think that put me in a whole nother mindset because now I'm not just making music, I'm marketing myself. You know what I'm saying? And now I understand the importance of marketing. I understand the importance of communication and connection and networking. And the music, for a fact, no matter how hard it is not enough. It's not going to make you no million, 10 million, 100 million. It's not going to put you where you want to go just because your music good. You got to be able to put it in people's face and explain, like, okay, this is where I'm going with it. This is why it's worth it for you to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Or shit, let me know if you fuck with me because there's more shit coming. You build friendships and connection, everything not business. I've met a lot of dope human beings just off of the strength of listening to them say they do what I do, tapping into theirs before they even knew I made music. Listen to them and see if I liked it or not. Gave my honest opinion and be like, hey, shit, I do that too. Here, listen to this. Let me know what you think. I done made money off of that type of conversation. Being able to do more than just your music, that shit necessary. Way, way, way past just being a creative. You can master that and not be good at talking to people. But that's why certain people that's like that have people to do it for them if they don't know how. So having a team is important too. And now I done stepped back just being only an artist. So now I'm doing everything from A to Z along with my team. You feel me? Because they might got more insight on places and people that I might not have. Like you, my manager Teasy, is opening my eyes to how many different type of layers really go into what we do. Yeah, I think that's what it is for real.
What advice would you give to others that are doing music or want to do music?
The best advice I could give is to be yourself always, because you're going to find out when you're not being yourself, people can tell. And it's going to show in the way you feel after whatever you do. And it's not even on no you faking. Like, nah, if you trying something that's it's not your nature or it's not your style, it's not gonna really necessarily work or translate right. So you might not like it, or it might even work. And you're like, okay, wait, well now I gotta do this all the time, and I just wanted to try that out. You know what I'm saying? So just be yourself always. And the best advice I ever received, and it's very simple, is just continue. Always keep going. I wish I could give another piece of insight or some real game that ain't nobody never said before, but sticking to the basics work the best most of the time. If you don't stop, you ain't got no choice but to work. Honestly, I seen this article, or no, it wasn't an article, it was an interview where somebody said if you do what you love to do 18 minutes a day, every day for the year, you're gonna be better than 95% of the world. 95% of the world at what you do. And 18 minutes is not a lot of time. You can watch an episode or whatever the fuck you watch, and it's gonna take longer than that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was some real game. I held on to that. I put that in my notebook and all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? 18 minutes, that's a long time when you get to day 365. Keep going and be consistent.
As I mentioned earlier, you just dropped brand new single. What are you currently working on right now? What's the future?
Man, I'm back awake. now. You know what I'm saying? I've been in my cave mode for a minute, just kind of plotting and doing things in solitude, whether it's writing other people's songs or making beats or actually recording more songs. So I maybe got like 4 or 5 albums already. You know what I'm saying? As far as the quantity goes. Which song's gonna go on what album, I don't know yet. But I got enough music to do at least that. And then on my birthday, I'm gonna drop my next album. It might not be Southside Rose too, but Southside Rose gonna be a trilogy. I'm thinking whatever it's gonna be, it's gonna drop December 7th of 2023. So you can be, you know what I'm saying, on the lookout for that. That shit gonna be hard. I didn't live so much more life. Now my brain different. I got more shit to talk about. And it's gonna stretch from what my first album was, my first single after my first album was, and it's gonna elevate from there. It's not gonna go backwards. So I feel like I'm excited about it. I'm excited about what I gotta say. I'm excited about the different type of production and the production team. You know what I'm saying? I'm working with. It's a lot of my guys that I grew up with, but people that I'm really a fan of. That I'm pulling in to help me with this. I'm not doing this all by myself. So it's gonna be a different sound, but it's gonna be my. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be my sound, and we building it together as a team. So we can all eat. I'm more excited about that because I know this shit gonna work. I recorded a song maybe like 2-3 weeks ago, and I was like, damn, this shit crazy. Who the fuck is this nigga? You feel me? On me hard. I would listen to me. You know what I'm saying? But, so yeah, I think I'm excited about that the most. I'm looking forward to that. So definitely expect the most out of me so I can rise to the occasion. You know what I'm saying? For one, my manager, Teasy, because he been rocking with me since I started this artistry thing. And I made him my manager in 2021 because that's like my real brother. We got different moms and daddies, all that, you know what I'm saying? But that shit, like, it's a crazy connection where he build me and motivate me and keep me focused, and I do the same for him. So him for one, my son, because my whole brain different, knowing that I got somebody that I'm responsible for, and I have to be responsible for, whether I want to or not, and I definitely do. Don't get me wrong. Like this, that's what I do. So you know what I'm saying? Teasy, my son, and just everybody that's been rocking with me since I started this, that asked me why I'm acting like Frank Ocean and disappearing for 2-3 years before I drop shit. Like they waiting on my shit, but that mean they vibing with it enough to see what's next. Than me being here today and gone tomorrow. So I appreciate everybody that fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I would say that.
Been a pleasure interviewing you. Good to see you back in action.
Likewise, you look healthy, you glowing. I like that. You be eating fruits and vegetables. Yeah, that shit organic. I need it. I can dig that.
Just want to say I appreciate your time. Wish you all the best, brother.
Indeed, likewise, bro. Love.